Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How is everybody doing today?
Yay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. Jasper says hello. Yeah, doing great today. It's Happy Friday day for us.
Oh, that's right. It's Friday there.
It's always got that nice ring to it. And I've got my beautiful friend coming over today, and we're doing our monthly gridding. And today it's the angel one, and it's just so beautiful and powerful. So I get a little bit excited before we do that. So,
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yes.
Anything new over there in Australia?
It was a few weeks ago. I don't know if you remember that what's his name? Mr. T's son was going to come to Australia. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Yeah. So he was going to do a visit to Australia, and they had all these, sessions booked, and people had paid tickets, blah, blah, blah. And then there was apparently, who knows if it's true, there was a petition from 15,000 people that signed it saying, we don't want him in our country. And And anyway, so they sort of, delayed it. But I think now there's been so many people say, no, we do want him to come. They've done petitions and emails, but I think they've just switched it so that he's still coming. So whether there was actually something going on in the background, and they use that as an excuse, or whether there are that many dumb people that want to speak for 26 million people in Australia. But freedom, it's this suppression, isn't it? It's just suppression.
Well, it's probably the bad guys paying somebody $1 each to
to sign it, or is it a white hat operation? So they're actually checking to see what the response will be, because there's a lot of very sleepy Australians, because of the fairly high standard of living here. People, if they're getting their money, they're going out for dinners, they're going to the movies, they're happy, they've got everything going on in their world. They don't want to see what's really going on. So sometimes I think it might be also a marker, like what's really happening. So because they did a very big anti-Mr. T campaign over here through the mainstream media, it was horrific. Like, they really slammed him. So many people go, I don't like him, but they don't know why. It's just because they got hypnotized by the mainstream media.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, so that's the one thing that I've sort of noticed. But apart from that, we're just cruising along.
Yeah, absolutely, cruising along and staying in that 5D, state of mind.
Yeah,
which is how we're going to get there faster, right?
Yep.
So,
okay. And the other thing that has happened is they've started to shut down the ATMs and call them service centres or something here. Like, they've started in Sydney, Melbourne, I think even in Queensland. So you can't actually get cashola out, even over the tellers. So that's really interesting. So whether they're doing it to try and get rid of the fiat currency circulation, they're starting, or whether they're trying to push people's buttons, I don't know.
Oh, well, let's ask the cards.
Okay, so what are we going to ask?
What is it being done for I don't want to say good or bad. So is it being done to bring in the new money, or is it being done to control them?
Yeah, okay, let's have a look and see. Is it being done to actually clean out the old system? That's what I'll ask first. Is it actually being done for that reason? I'm getting, it could be a dual thing.
A dual thing? What do you mean?
So it could be both. It could be to wake people up, because people don't like, especially because our banks went down. Like my bank was down for 2 days where you couldn't do any internet banking.
Oh my God.
So that scared people. So I think it's actually a strategy to change people's mindset, okay, because that's what the Seven of Swords is saying. And, what are they going to leave in the background? So I feel it was both. So this is what I was getting. So, yeah, look at that, Two of Wands. So it's trying to create a balance where they can use it to get people to ask questions and to wake up, but also bringing in something of balance. So, yeah, it does look like it's both. Yes, Ten of Cups. So it's actually for our good, but it's a bit of an illusion at the same time.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Very cool. All right. So I was watching this video one of my best friends sent me, and it It was really interesting because I was going to play it for you guys, but it's 8 minutes long. So I decided not to. But he really has a strong case that he thinks that Steve Jobs, who supposedly died of cancer, and in the video, he talks about how Steve Jobs ate really healthy and would know how to handle cancer if it came his way. So, so then he thinks this is all a white hat operation, and that Steve Jobs is Mr. Gates. So,
pretending he's the double.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the question. Is Steve Jobs Mr. Gates?
Can we go back to basics? Can we ask
Yes.
if he's still alive first?
Yes.
We learned our lesson, didn't we?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So let's just see. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting because we've got our Four of Pentacles. Now, this is a foundation that's been set up over a long period of time in a reality. And then we've got our Two. Now, this Two of Swords, this can mean no, but this can also mean ask the question. There needs to be a question asked about this. And then guess what came up? The Emperor, which is our Mr. T card. So I would say that, yeah, this has actually been in play for a long period of time. And yeah, I don't know if that's, but that's, I haven't heard about that one. So yeah, look at that, Page of Pentacles. So something new, a small part. So he's playing a part of someone that's already gone. Wow. So there's definitely some truth in that one.
Okay. All right.
Wow. What a good question. What a good
So do you feel confident about it even though we didn't get major arcana saying yes?
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to do a clarifying. Ace of Wands. That was the hot one. So, and then the card next to it that was hot as well was the Six of Pentacles. So it is offering something to people to keep a balance. So I would have to go with yes on that, Elisa. Okay. Because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't have any thoughts on it. It was just what was coming through me and then showing in the cards.
Yeah, he was connecting the dots and I was like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so then let's ask then if he is alive, if he is Mr. Gates.
Is he playing a role with as Mr. Gates?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look and see. Oh, the Tower. So look, I'm just going to keep going because that means something. He's made big changes, something really big change. Well, it would have if he's left the public eye and doing something else. Justice. So he's definitely working for good. Definitely massive change in his world. I'm just going to see if it is doing that Mr. Gates role. Interesting. No, I feel it's something else because it's secretive. So it's it's something that's hidden, that's more secret than that even.
Wow.
Again, look, he's still offering something. He's actually able to do something.
Okay, so let's ask the question then. If it has to do with the fact that that Apple was getting all information from every single person that has an Apple phone and a Mac and a whatever. So is he working with McAfee? Like, you know how McAfee was getting info?
Yeah, interesting because my cards have been flying out today and the Wheel of Fortune just flew out. So he's definitely helped to change a situation, to change something up. So, and remember, guys, from my understanding, the White Hats have got a lot of people in a witness protection program to help them. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that, I mean, we know about CGI, we know about setting up a stage to make things look real.
Yeah.
So, you know, anything is possible. And that's where I have to be so open-minded to what comes
Yes.
through. So,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So he is not Gates. He's not Bill Gates, but he is working with the Whiteheads then.
He's doing something in the background to help bring about balance and justice.
Yeah.
And because the word I kept getting with Gates was actor. I just kept getting actor.
Oh,
So,
an actor. Okay.
Yeah. So that just one word just kept coming through. So
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
yeah. So yep, and I just did another clarifying card, 9 of Cups. So it's actually something that's really desired and wanted. He's actually helping with that.
Okay. All right.
So, and we may never know, you know, I mean, they might, you know, these people might then just go on and have a lovely life doing something else, or, you know, we just don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. So the next question I have for you is, I don't know if you saw Mitch McConnell's video.
I did have to have a giggle. I had to have
I was like,
giggle.
oh, clone update needed.
Or was it just a good actor, you know?
Well,
did he get told to
do
that? Was it
so that's the question.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to ask,
Well, the first question is the Mitch McConnell that was on TV that had a meltdown, was that a clone? That's the first question.
First question. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles. So it looks like, I mean, to me, this is when there's a lot of people or a lot of whatever going on. And then the Queen of Pentacles. So this is, to me, someone that is, what's the word? I'm just going to get a third card for this because yeah. And then we've got our Temperance card. So I don't know. I feel like it's something. It's him, but he's doing it because he has to. It's almost like, yeah. So it's like a fakey thing. So it's like the 10 of Cups again can be slightly illusional, but it's what is meant to have happened. So it's almost like,
so he's not a clone, but they're making him step out because of, like they're making him sick, so he has to leave, basically is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's why the 9 of Wands has come up. They're making it look like look at his head. They're probably making it look like he's had a stroke or something. Like, you know.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what's coming up. So, and, you know, yeah.
Wow, I'm shocked that he's still alive. That is shocking.
But he would be playing a part, and that's why I think Mr. T picked him to go into as the speaker.
No, this is Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. Sorry, he's not speaker. Who was the speaker?
McCarthy. McCarthy.
That's right, McConnell.
Yeah, so, McCarthy.
Yeah, okay, that one's come up. Yeah, it's all a creation. The Empress card has come up. So this is all a big creation.
So it's just part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I thought it was a clone malfunction.
Yeah, no, it's part of the movie. Because some of them were given an option. You can either work with us or you get now, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, I have heard that PELO,
oh, yeah,
said yes, she'd do it and then reneged and so got whisked off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they have some of them, if they're in a major part, I get, passed.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. The next question. Sinead O'Connor.
Ooh.
Has passed. And she was always already telling people, I mean, when I was a teenager, she was telling people the Pope was evil, you know? So I wonder if she's now, I don't know, if she's helping or if she really passed. I don't know.
Let's just ask that question straight up.
Yeah. Is she still alive? Mm-hmm.
Yes, because to me, the Page of Swords, they've told a story, but it's not quite true. So this is a story, and then we've got our Two of Pentacles. So this again is asking the question. So it's victory. She's still with us. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, wow.
So Six of Wands to me is victory. So she's actually been looked after, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right.
Interesting. I just noticed something from Maree Rodell, and she said Mitch's 81 supposedly fell and hit his head about 2 months ago. Yeah. So it and they could be
they're
using
creating the story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So then the next question I have was I saw a video where this pilot was proving that gravity is not real because he turned off he took the airplane and did upside down, and he literally poured something in a cup while he's doing that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, well, let's ask the question, since we've been lied to about everything. Is gravity real?
And I guess again, we have to define gravity because, like, they've
gravity,
told us
the force that holds us to Earth.
Yes. So like it's from the core of the earth, this like iron thing that, whatever.
Whatever holds us, like supposedly doesn't let us float away.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into that and just see, going to ask if that's real. No, Seven of Pentacles, they've planted seeds a long time ago about this gravity aspect. Yeah. And everyone's believed it. Again, that Ten of Pentacles has come up. So everyone's believed it. To me, that's a lot of people that's all we knew. I mean, you don't think you're being lied to, do you, since you were born?
Because that's what you're taught in school.
That's right. And that's what your parents were taught in school. Yeah. A bit of an illusion. This card is coming up as the illusion card today. So to make everyone think the same thing, that Ten of Cups. So there is a lie. There's very much a lie around it because the Death cards come up, which is transformation. So I really feel with this one, I mean, I don't know much about it. I haven't researched it, but my feeling is that there's going to be a truth come out. Because I thought, imagine when all this amazing technology gets released, and they've been called anti-gravity, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
Is it electromagnetic? Is it more of an electromagnetic field that we're working
right?
with?
We could be magnetic, right? We could be. It could be that we're magnetic and we don't even know it. Maybe they're trying to hide some type of power that we have.
Correct.
That's it,
and then all they tried to do.
Oh, it's just gravity. It's this thing that that's how you stick to Earth.
I know. Maybe who knows what it is? Whether it's the ley lines, the energetic ley lines of the Earth that actually, have, maybe something spins a different way to us in a toric field, and who knows? I mean, I don't know, but let's just have a look and see. Ooh,
interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, something new. It's something that we're going to learn about that's definitely new, and it's going to really help because the strength cards come up. So it's going to help us to understand our makeup as much as it is the Earth's makeup. And when it comes out, it's going to come out really fast because that's the Eight of Wands. So I'd say it'd be linked into these new technologies that have been suppressed from us for thousands of years. Yep, Three of Wands, looking forward to the future, letting go of the old, all the rubbish they've told us, making and forging a way forward.
Yeah, and I just got that Stargates really worked if gravity was true. Like, I don't know why that came to mind.
That's a really good download. Yeah, Elisa, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Victoria, we talk about the quantum field, and we talk about when you, even the when you observe a particle, it changes where the particle goes. I mean, it's how can gravity, if gravity was real, then that wouldn't happen, surely.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
interesting.
I know. Yeah, I can't wait, because I love all that stuff, especially when it's, you've got a glimmer or a glimpse of something that's different to what we've been taught.
Yes.
It's like, oh, bring it on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
what's interesting? I'm thinking back when I was a child, and I remember thinking like gravity didn't make sense to me. Now that I think, it just came back to me, because I studied engineering, so I always liked math and science, and it just came back to me that it wasn't something that I bought back at the time.
Yeah. And as a child, I think we're so much more astute to what's truth and not truth, even if we can't explain it. And it's interesting because Kathleen just asked, can you ask Jasper about gravity on Earth? And I was going to do that, and I went, oh, okay, so I'm going to tune in and just see if he can show me something to at least give us an idea around it. So, okay, so I'm just going to tune in with Jasper and see what he's showing me. It's so weird. He's showing me like these little vortices, like how I was talking about the toroidal field. It's like they're sort of, this is all over the Earth. It's almost like it's like an energetic aspect of the Earth. He's going, yeah. So whether it's magnetic or whatever it causes, this is what the Earth is this whole energy field. So that's what he's showing me. So I don't know if that helps. It's just he's like showing me the whole Earth is like these little spirals of energy stuff. So whether that's electromagnetic, whether I don't know how it works though. So
interesting.
And I mean, look, isn't it funny how, I think it was it Newton that said, watch the apple fall off the tree, and went, oh, it's gravity. Like, I mean, the stories they make up. Oh, goodness me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Interesting question, Trigel. Is that also what helps us levitate if we tune into it? That's a great question.
It is a great question. What are your thoughts on that, Elisa? If you tap into it,
it kind of resonates.
It does, doesn't it? And of course, Trigel, they want to suppress us, so they don't want to. I mean, people do levitate, and they don't want us to know that we can do
power.
that. We can have that power where we could, they don't want us to know any
No,
of
they
that.
want us to buy cars. And
that's right.
Yeah,
exactly. So look, let's see. But it's true. And of course, what our intention is and what our understanding is, and then that's what we manifest and create. And it could.
So I guess we don't levitate because we believe this bullshit about gravity.
Wow, that is so cool.
So we don't believe we can levitate because we were told we can't, basically.
And yet people have. They've got, people have levitated. So it's
I have a friend that did. I have a friend that did levitate.
Yeah. And look,
without knowing.
Without knowing. But that's often the way if you get past the mind.
Yes.
And tune into our innate being.
Yes.
So So look, when it happens, it's going to happen fast. Again, that 8 of Wands has come up, which is fast action. And but then we've got the Knight of Cups. Now, this is someone that's bringing a message in softly. So, it might come in quickly, but it'll be soft. And it's almost like people will come to their own conclusion. They'll bypass, they won't talk about the gravity, but they'll talk about what this amazing technology can do. And then people will put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Look at that, Ace of Cups. Yes. Because emotionally, people will go ballistic.
Great question, Trigel. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, next question. From Kibu, do humans have teleportation potential? Oh, Kibu, I think, no, was it Pink Light? One of you guys sent me a picture to my email, and I completely, did I get that? I think it was Kibu. All right, I'm going to look for it, Kibu.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was go ahead and answer that question.
Okay. So do humans have teleportation potential? Kibu, in my heart, I believe yes. And there are beings that actually do. I have actually seen a video of a shaman that has actually done that, and his physical body has left a situation, and it wasn't CGI or anything. So yeah, I do believe that we have got that potential, and I believe we're going to see it in our lifetime. We're going to be able to experience that, and because we're made up of energy molecules. Yeah, is it based on blood type, DNA traits, talent? Let's have a look at the cards for that one. It could be because but is it an innate human right? I guess is the question. So yeah, Queen of Swords. So she speaks really directly to me. It's like, yes, it's there, but it's been limited because it's not the king.
Because of our belief.
Yeah. They've done such a good job, but don't worry, things are going to change because look at this military card. So all of this, I feel, is an innate, almost human right or ability. Six of Wands. Again, we've got our victory card. So yeah, and we can activate it. It's just a matter of sometimes maybe they'll use things like the stargates and things like that so that we know, it starts to elevate our way of thinking and our mind and our inner knowing. So, and that the Four of Pentacles has come up again, which sometimes it takes a long time. This is a foundation that can take a long time to set up. So it might take a little bit of time for a lot of people because some people don't even know what's going on and they've never asked questions like this. They think about is, I've got to go to work. I've got 4 kids. I've got, and it's busy. Our whole lives, they've made us so busy that we don't have time to sit and contemplate and connect in, to our beautiful divine beings. So not many people would even have the capability of even asking this question, let alone activating or doing it.
No, exactly.
Oh my God, that one wanted to come out. It was the Star card, which to me is our abilities, our beautiful, innate, divine abilities. And there's a choice often to be made with this card. So, yeah, I believe, yes.
Yeah.
That's good questions. Crazy. I love it.
So Teresa has a question.
Yeah.
She's been quiet today. So at what point in history, even though it isn't linear, did humanity forget they could be so magical and powerful, such as levitating and teleportation?
That's a really good question. What is his story? Have we had resets? Have there been look at Tartaria. Has there been whole civilizations where they've reset the video game? And so when we come in, we choose to forget because that's the experience we have. And that's part of our awakening is to remember who we truly are. Mm-hmm. So, it could have been in these resets that they talk about. I think they were talking about one that happened in 1901. Remember all the weird stuff that went on then? Before that, from 1889 and all, those fairs. Remember that all the weird stuff that went on. So who knows? Maybe it's in the resets, Teresa. Do you want to talk to that one, Alisa, at all?
If you listen to the guy from Tartaria that explains in the Tartaria channel, he talks about how they melted down the Chicago buildings. I mean, he's got this book and he shows you all the pictures and all the stuff that used to be, this magnificent, almost like Rome type buildings we had here. And they were kind of melted down. And so supposedly people started looking for gold in the West because this was happening over here. Tartaria was getting destroyed. So I don't know. Because I feel like not even, you never see Tartarian videos, people levitating either.
No, but they had technology. They would, even in that little gap. between 1898 and 1901, there's actual photos and stuff that they've
videos.
found of people
Yeah.
using technology that we don't use.
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't see anybody levitate, is my point. So even
No.
Tartaria videos don't show anybody levitating.
No. You know, and I think it depends also what I'm getting, and I'm going to get Jazzy to tune in here again. But what I'm getting is it does depend on our frequency and our vibration. And I think if we're if we're in that quickened state, then that's when it happens. And that's what I feel we're coming into over however long, I don't know. But this huge spiritual process and awakening, it's been done through vibration and frequency and energy, you know, through our great central sun, through our earth. She's also doing her own consciousness awakening. So I'll just check in with Jasper. Oh, he just keeps showing me other realms and dimensions. So maybe, okay, here we go. This is starting to come through again now too. Maybe in our parallel worlds, because there could be thousands of these parallel worlds that are just a tiny shift in a timeline, in a realm, in a dimension. Maybe we are already doing that, and that's just normal for us living that life. So, you know, just in this lifetime, though, we're not experiencing it yet. But as we evolve, then everything changes, and we can start merging more into those lifetimes and having those experiences. That's what I'm seeing.
So Elizabeth says that when she was little, she could do that.
Whoa.
She could levitate. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've had people in sessions too tell me that they could move objects when they were little with their mind.
Because when we're little, we're so much more connected, you know, and we're not so brainwashed and indoctrinated.
Yeah.
And so that's brilliant. How beautiful you remember it.
Yeah. And like I said, I have a friend who happened to her, but she was actually really mad at this. She worked she was a director for a child care center, and she went into a room and she was upset with the kids, and all of a sudden all the kids stopped talking and their eyes were this big, and she was like, what's happening? Why are the kids quiet? And she freaked out and she walks out, and then she brings another teacher in, and then the other teacher kind of went to a couple of the kids who she talks to all the time, and she's like, what happened? And they're like, she was floating in the air, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So several kids told her the same story, so it's not like it's made up or anything.
They made it up. No.
Yeah.
So, it's fascinating, isn't it? I know when we do our powerful grittings, sometimes like one of my friends that's maybe been, you know, doing it, we swap them. She's go, oh, you were levitating, you know. So whether it's but also whether it is our consciousness that they're seeing as well, because it's actually out of the body. So that could be another aspect. If it's, you know, if it's not the physical, children can see more, remember.
Yes.
So maybe they're seeing, you know, if anger's pushed something out of the body, like they've, you know, you schism out of your body.
Yes.
And it can happen when you're in that high frequency state as well. Fascinating. What a great story, Elisa.
Yeah. So interesting. Okay. So Pink Light has a question. There were 100 whales that stranded themselves in an Australian beach recently. And I thought they weren't whales. I was thinking they were dolphins.
I think they were minke whales. They look very different. I don't know if you've heard of minke whales.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so they're much smaller. They've got a different like look to them.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They look like dolphins.
Yes. So because I only just saw this last night, I forgot about it. It was down near Albany, which is where I lived, 5 hours from there, which is considered close. We were the next biggest town, 5 hours on the coast. Very cold. But yeah, I was, you know, and it happens frequently as well. There's so many times I've seen that. I'm wondering if it's got something also to do with maybe the underwater, you know, how they're using underwater sonic and underwater things, that it actually almost does their head in because they're so sensitive to that sort of thing. I was wondering, I had that thought last night when I saw it pink white. I went,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's put them off, because they actually got them back out and then they just went further down and beached themselves again. So they actually had to euthanize them, which is yeah.
So I did see a video where yeah, that maybe that was them, but they were all in a circle and they had committed suicide because, well, what she was saying is because they're a collective mind, and so they were feeling the energy of the beached ones that died, and so they were so sad that they decided to commit suicide together. And I'm just like, I'm gonna throw up. I was just like so upset.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is what she's talking about.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, because whales change their song every year. They actually change the frequency and vibration of their sound and their song every year. And they work with our grid lines. They work with the energetic grid lines, a little bit like our beautiful Indigenous do when they go walkabout. They follow the song lines, they call them, of the earth. And it's templating and retemplating. And this is what the whales and dolphins do on our earth. So, you know, whether they, I don't know. Yeah, it's such a unknown, isn't it? So, you know, yeah, whether they're, I know that at one stage there was a lot more beachings going on. I hadn't seen one for quite a while. And that's when they were using the underwater, they were doing a lot of vibrational and sonic damage underwater. Well, that's how they could create earthquakes and things in certain places where, yeah. So that I knew that was having an impact on them because there was so many more in that time frame. I remember it was almost constant. So yeah,
so much suffering.
But then, you know, maybe it was their time, maybe it was actually their time to go. You don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we just don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, because everyone, well, most people, apart from some of the Japanese and the Norwegians, love whales. so you know, I mean, it's whale season here at the moment, and I'm going out on Sunday on my beautiful neighbour's big catamaran to go and look for whales and dolphins, and it's just the most exciting, beautiful thing to do.
Oh, really, I can imagine.
Beautiful. So, do you get the whales migrating up your coast there, Elisa?
Not where I am.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, they come right through for a couple of months and they go up and have their babies in the warmer waters, their calves, and then they come back down. So we get like 2 months where they're going up and then a break for about a month and then another 2 months when they're coming back down. It's amazing. And they come back with their calves and they're playing. They're very playful because they're teaching their calves how to do all of this, the tail slapping, which is signaling, and just so much fun watching them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So did you want to ask this question to see if the cards can give us more information?
Yeah, just to see what we can get from it. Yes.
Yep. Now at Maple Tree, we already asked that question in the last show. That was the title of the last show, why Elon changed the name to X.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we did a whole show on that.
Yeah, it's big changes.
Yeah.
White hat run. Okay, so let's just tune back in for our beautiful whales and just see what was going on for them. See if I can get anything with them. I'll just ask, was it right timing? That's what I'm going to ask. Was it their time? And, you know, we'll get a yes or a no for that one. Yeah, look at that. We've got the Hanged Man. So it was like they surrendered into something. Okay. So I'm going to ask. Okay, I'm getting another hot card here. So let's just see. The World. So something new. It was almost like they were moving into something new. They were actually, shifting. Isn't this interesting? So, and I'm just going to ask now, was it something nefarious that made them, was it something that was not natural that made them know it was time to go?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because the Six of Cups, this is a village, so this would be the pod, this would be whatever it was. It's being offered emotionally. So whether they just knew it was time to go, I don't know. It's
wow.
Yeah, because I definitely know though, probably even 10, 12 years ago, there was a lot more. A lot more. Yeah, look at that. And that was, to me, when there was military stuff going on underwater. That Tower cards come up. Interesting.
All right. Our next question. Maple Tree wants to know if we will have a polar shift.
Okay.
Is that enough
detail
and for you?
Tree, it's interesting because at some level, I already know that we've already had a lot of movement with the Earth grid lines, because I remember I was told to live down at Kira. I bought a place on the beach at Kira here, which is right near the New South Wales border. And I would just go, oh, okay, what do you want me to be doing? And I'd be really dizzy. I'd be going through all these light body symptoms of this big shift and transition. And I got told, no, just read your book, stay where you are, because you're holding a point as this grid shifts. And I could actually feel the energy and the whole vibration of where I was living change. And it took probably 2 years for this whole shift to happen. And I know it moved from probably about 2 hours away. I could feel the whole shift in the energy. So I feel that we've already been having shifts within the earth, within the grid lines, within the energy lines. There's already been changes and upgrades happening, and we're often the anchor point for them. So yeah, but you don't know about it because that Four of Swords is here. So when it happens, or when it's been happening, it's like it's just part of the upgrade. Yeah, something new. Page of Pentacles again, something new, smaller shifts, smaller changes in reality. So I don't feel that we're going to have a massive polar shift. That Ten of Cups tells me there's not going to be this massive.
Right. Okay. Cool. Barbara wants to know, does anti-gravity equal magnetics being canceled?
A good question. And this is the thing, like
anti-gravity. Okay, so she's saying like this magnet is repelling the other magnet, I think is what she's saying when she's saying that, right? Gravity equaled magnetics being canceled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the magnet doesn't, it's doing that thing where you can't join them together. There's like a field there.
But what is it that's doing that? It's an electromagnetic field.
Yeah.
So gravity, they've tried to tell us that gravity is different to an electromagnetic field.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
so does anti-gravity equal magnetics being canceled? That's a yes/no question.
Yeah, it is a yes/no question. Let's have a look. So yeah, I'm just getting there's something missing from it, if you know what I mean. Like in our knowledge. So our knowledge of gravity, because it's actually not being taught to us truthfully what it is.
Yeah.
The
thing is, because gravity isn't real, then anti-gravity isn't real because the word gravity is in it.
That's right. So we could talk about it. Anti-gravity, let's ask it in a different way.
Yeah.
Let's ask it in a way of manipulating or maneuvering with electromagnetic energy. And is that what cancels out us being on the ground, maybe? So, because it just, something like that. Because we'll be able to understand it once the technologies come out. This is what is coming through. Is it? Haha. We've got our magician card. So as I was asking that question and I was talking more about the electromagnetics, there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors, but all the tools are there for us to be able to know what it is once the technology comes out. It just keeps coming back to I feel it'll be revealed through the technology, and people will be, see mysteries. We've got our beautiful high priestess, and so there's mysteries behind the veil. One way to bring it out into the public awareness is if they're going, oh my God, that's an amazing thing, equipment, technology, wow, then they won't be so torn up about the big lies that have been told to us. Yeah. Queen of Wands, integrity. So this is all about electromagnetics, Barbara, from what the cards are saying. It's not because gravity is such a not right concept. It's talking about the truth of electromagnetics. So yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It is.
I wish we could get more into that, but we don't know enough to dig into it to know what questions to ask. But this question by Barbara, it's almost like, ooh, if we could only know more,
I know. And this is why I love these questions. And you know what will happen now? Because we're asking the questions, things will start popping up for us that'll give us some more clues. I reckon this is how it works.
Yeah.
So guys, keep your eyes peeled. If things jump up and it sort of talks about this sort of aspect, have a look at it and then bring it back in for us to all learn from, or to look at, to see.
Yeah.
All
right. Maple Tree wants to know why the ice in Antarctica and the Arctic are melting. My question is it?
That's what I'm going to ask. Is it really melting?
Is it, are we seeing a movie, or is it real?
Okay. Is the ice really melting the way it's being depicted to us?
Yeah.
We've got our hermit cards. So this means you've got to go deep and you've got to ask questions about it, because there's something that's not, oh my gosh. Then we've got our Four of Swords. No.
Oh, yeah.
This is all secretive, secret squirrel business. I mean, because what's their agenda at the moment? Climate. So Maple Tree, they've been telling us big fat porcupines, because that's the devil card.
Fat lie.
So it's really nice to get that confirmation. You know, I think I saw a picture of someone put up on my Facebook feed a picture of a polar bear on a little thing of ice, and they're going, oh, the ice is melting.
So sad.
And I'm just going, oh my God, it just didn't resonate with me. I was going, they swim, honey pies. They can swim to another ice block as well. An ice block,
well, you can easily manipulate a picture like that, because you can just delete all the big ice and just leave a tiny little.
I know.
You can Photoshop that stuff.
What they do is they put up a picture, but then people come up with an emotional reaction, and this must be what it is, because they've been plant seeding this climate change, and that's why the King of Cups fell out, because this is something that's hidden, but it's an emotional directive, and yet it's been hidden. So they let us make our own conclusions from all the things that they've been drip feeding through the media and the agenda.
Absolutely.
That's how it works. Yeah.
All right. I cannot wait to ask this question here from Kathleen. She's saying, what is going on in the mystery spot in the Santa Cruz Mountains, California? Last time I went there, it made me dizzy and strong headache in pineal gland area. Ooh.
I think Mr. Jasper's going to tune into this one for us.
Yay.
Have you been there, Elisa?
I don't know about a mystery spot.
Okay, so wherever this place is, I haven't been there or heard of it.
Santa Cruz Mountains, California.
Okay, so Kathleen, what I find a lot in mountains, there's really big pockets of vortexes, and that are connected into really big energy ley lines. So let's just ask Jasper to sort of show me where this is and what's going on, and I'll tune in to the actual what's going on there. Wow. Okay. So he's showing me, and I'm getting burning again on the top of my head. He's showing me this massive, massive vortex, and there's one of them it's almost under a mountain. Oh, okay, thank you. It's like under the mountain itself, and this is actually where there's an interdimensional what's the word I'm trying to look for? Space, like interdimensional aspect. And it's almost like this is where craft can come in and out as well. And the only reason I know that is because I've seen it here at Mount Warning. I've actually seen it going on. So there's a massive interdimensional, he keeps showing me, space where they use that as an anchor point to come and go. And then at the same time, what he's showing me is a massive uplifting vortex. So we can have vortexes in the earth that clear. They actually are clearing vortexes, but this is more like a space. But then there's an uplifting vortex where there's energy that's coming up through the earth grid lines, and that's what can activate us. All right, so there's something definitely going on there. And if you go there again, we can do it without even going there. You can actually tune into it and actually ask to see, or show me the ley lines, show me the vortexes, what's going on under the mountain. And he just showed me a massive realm, is the word I was looking for, under there where these craft come and go.
Okay.
Powerful area.
All right. Very interesting.
So you were getting a download of thoughts.
So she's definitely getting affected by that energy.
Yeah, and it can do. Like when I went to this friend's house, I hadn't been there before, and when I lived on the mountain, and I walked in her door and got hit by a vortex straight away, and I went, oh, okay, wow, this is a really nice uplifting vortex. I could feel it. And then within 4 or 5 steps, there was a clearing vortex. I was going, so I was like walking around this house, like getting dizzy. And then it was incredible. I've never, ever been on a piece of land where this house was, where you could sit in a chair here and have a completely different experience to sitting in a chair 2 feet away. And I said to her, how do you live here? So this is how crazy.
She said the trees grow in a spiral.
Wow.
Thank you. I was wondering if it was a good or bad place. Very interesting.
No, it's good. But
so it's a good place.
Powerful. Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah, but powerful. Yeah.
Ooh, top of my head's been tingling the whole time. This is what happens when I'm tuning in. You're actually tuning into the energy that's there. Yeah. No, my head's just got really hot and so you're definitely getting downloads and an awakening and activation. Some grid lines will activate us, template us. So so Kathleen, that's really interesting. I love this stuff. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. The next question, Teresa, is the ice wall melting or melted also? So I think she's talking about the ice wall, not Antarctica,
gotcha.
But the ice wall that is really
around us. Yeah.
around us. You know, that Earth, what's supposed to be Earth, really, it's around the 7 continents that we know of exist. Correct. That's the ice wall that we're talking about. So is that ice wall melting?
Okay,
or
let's
has
have a
it
little look, Teresa.
Yeah. I did see something about that, but I don't remember what that was. I saw the picture of the ice wall. I know I did see it. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your donation.
Thank you, Elizabeth. That's really sweet. No, it's maintaining itself, because that 7 of Wands is about maintaining your stance, maintaining your place. No. 6 of Wands, it's still, which is a victory. No, it's still exactly what it's meant to be. But yeah. But I was just about to say, but there could be a change in all of that down the track, and then we got our Tower card. So it's so funny how this happens. Yeah, there could be a shift in that. It doesn't mean it will melt. It just means that there could be just like what we saw under that that spot we were tuning into. There could be a way of going through that through different dimensions or realms. I don't know, but there's something's going to change.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Interesting. Interesting.
And the King of Swords, these cards have been flipping and falling today, and that King of Swords just flew out. So there's going to be the truth's going to come out about it.
I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. All right. Pink Light has a question. Are fallen angels the white hats? How can I find out more about them? Okay.
Alyssa, if you want to talk about what you feel the white hats are, or do you have any sort of ideas on that?
I'm not totally sure if they're just the good military, because there's good military, there's bad military. So if it's the good military, including Trump, or is it just Trump, or is it no? But I think white hats to me is the good military together with like JFK Jr. and like it's a group of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's my feeling, my sense as well. Now, pink light, have they got an interaction with beings, higher beings that are helping? We can ask that question.
But she's asking if they're fallen angels.
I wouldn't say
I don't
that.
think there's a connection there.
No. So the King of Pentacles has come up. So this is a really big operation that's been in place, and it's being run strategically from the top down, but it's not like fallen angels. They're humans that they may be star seeds that have come in with different DNA and different soul contracts. So because this great awakening, it's huge, it's spiritual, it's everything. There is a conflict going on a different level. So they just come in to try and find a balance. So they're getting this balance back that's gone wacko out of balance. Okay, not fallen angels though, because there's no cards coming up. No. I'll use that as a no this time. That's great to ask the question, but that's saying no, it's not fallen angels.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And as far as knowing more about them, I'm not sure about that.
I don't know if you've heard of, I'll say it this way, the number 17. So that might be a way to start, because that is like a information place that was put up by them, by this particular group of people, to help people out to become more and more aware as to what was going on and that there is a plan, etc., etc. I mean, I love watching an Australian guy called FCB Decode, but I'd go back and start watching his earlier Rumbles or YouTubes or whatever, because it explains a lot more about how this all started and who it is. So that's just someone that might be worthwhile checking into. And he's got really good energy, and he's got a very strong Australian accent because he's from Melbourne and he's Greek. And but he's just lovely, and he has some really interesting people on as well. So that might help you out, Pink Light.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, our next question is from Maple Tree. Can you ask Jasper what role do the Zetas have with the humans?
Okay, so who are the Zetas again? The Zeta
ETs.
Is that a constellation? Yeah.
Okay. ETs.
All right, so I'll just tune in and see if Jasper can give me some little tidbits about the Zetas. The Zetas. So he's showing me it's almost like what they did have with us. It was old. It was it was something in the DNA, but it's not. It's really interesting. He's showing me like this, like a rubber band. So there is some connection there. There is something that's almost like that karmic thing, soul aspect there that's connected into humans. But I'm not seeing that it's extremely active, is what I'm getting. It's almost like it's just an aspect of maybe us as humans. You know how we're seeded from so many different places? That's all he's showing me, is this like a dark rubber band that's connecting them to us. So I would say it's something that's been there for a long time, and it's just an aspect of humanity. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Zetas are part of the ET race that's that is using our DNA to replicate their race, because they played with so much technology that they started being extinct, and so they started using our DNA.
Because I knew it had something to do with DNA. I know nothing about the Zetas, but that's what he was showing me. There's this link, and it's been a long time. It's old, so there's been something going on.
But Trish, you said that you feel that it's no longer active.
Not as active. It's still there. Like that's what because I was asking, can you show me, with light or with anything? There was nothing. It was just this band. So that's all he was showing me.
Okay.
So
right. Interesting.
And yeah.
Okay. The next question. We talked about this in the last show. And what Maree's getting for that is September. So
end of September is what was coming up. So, but again, guys, remember this really is.
But that's a moving target, right? It's a war.
Play.
It's
exactly right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can double check in again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting that end time in September. So let's just, it'd be wonderful if that's actually what happens, if everything is going still along on the timeline with different events that have to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I just focus on every moment. That is just, something that if it happens, fantastic. And if it doesn't, am I having joy and love in my life now? That's what it's
exactly.
about.
That really is all that matters, really.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank everybody again for your participation, for your awesome questions. I love them. Thank you so much. Thank you to Jazzy.
Yes.
And of course, Maree, thank you so much.
So lovely to be here with you all. It's just amazing.
And don't forget Maree's dream video on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. And if you've got questions, you can send them, or if you've got dreams, send them into iam@magicmaree.com and I'll pop them up then for you for the show. If you can't watch it, or even if you can watch it, you can put them through earlier.
Yes. I've done a lot of healing through the dream interpretation. So
they're very powerful. And Zan's away still this week, but I've got this amazing, beautiful friend, Deb, who's a color specialist. She does oil specialty. She's been doing dreams for 30 years and like us using them to help her to grow. She's amazing. So pop on and it's lovely to get a different perspective, especially, from these people that have got these amazing talents and specialties. Yeah. So we're very blessed. I mean,
yes. I didn't realize you had a whole dream team over there. My God.
These are my friends, and I can't believe how talented they all are. And she also does sound healing. Her and Tracy that was on last week, they're doing sound healings together now. They're just starting those. She does gongs and all sorts of stuff. It's amazing.
Wow. Fantastic.
So lucky.
All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.